welcome back to Crafty Meraki's YouTube channel. My name is Aditi and today I'm here to show the new release press plates from Crafty Meraki. I am using the Little Things press plate along with my BetterPress system, and I'm using 100% cotton paper to get a nice impression pressed on into the paper using some black ink and the press plate. Now this is a part of the new release video hop, so definitely check out the videos in our playlist and make sure to like, share, subscribe and leave a comment because there are fabulous prizes like the actual BetterPress system and a new release press plate that you could win. Now, having run that through my die cut machine, I have this beautiful floral cluster impressed just like the letterpress system, and I am all set to color this image. I am going to use some watercolor brush markers and do a little watercoloring to create a nice colorful looking floral bouquet, and I'm creating a little muted effect, so I only drop down the pigment or the watercolor at the center of my petals, and then I'm going to use a clean paintbrush with clear water to move all of that color around to get a faded muted look at the tips of the petal. So this way, even though I'm bringing in some brighter colors, I'm muting them to create a cusp between pastel tones and vibrant colors. So this is just a different style. My idea of using this is to show you how this particular floral cluster can also make for a great holiday card, a season greeting card. And I love using watercolors, so I thought watercoloring would be a perfect medium for me to showcase on this floral cluster. So I am just going to continue building colors, adding more depth with the pigment, moving it all around with my paintbrush, petal by petal, working this around. And once I have a nice looking flower, I am going to move on to the next flower. So little by little, I just start building colors. And of course, I'm using shades of pink. I have continued to use the same color on the second flower as well, but it still looks different simply because I'm adding the color in a different intensity, and that makes a huge difference there. So I have switched now to a water brush pen instead of my paintbrush because I found that to be easier to get all the color and paint moving around. And here I have a mistake. I was squeezing my watercolor brush pen on my project and I had a drop of yellow on the petals. At the end, all I did was went back in with a little yellow on that flower just to create an orange tone for that flower. So moving on, I've used yellow, I've painted the tiny flowers red, and I've brought in this ultramarine, which when I kind of mute it with water gives me a nice purplish tone, a bluish purplish violet tone. So that's working with my floral cluster, and that is what I meant by painting this to make it a season's greeting floral cluster. So building on petal by petal, I continue to paint my flower. And of course, for the purpose of the video, I have sped this, but I really spent a lot of time, a few hours just to watercolor this image. Even though I'm doing a loose watercolor style, I like to take my time when it comes to watercoloring. So moving on to the leaves, I've just added a little pigment and then I move ahead with my water brush pen to get all of that blended in. On some leaves, just to bring a differentiation, I used yellow on the base and then added the green, so that gives me a different tone. Now I am going to use the coordinated die for this press plate and die cut this floral cluster out. So once I have that, I'm using the majestic motif cover plate, but I'm not die cutting, I'm instead embossing that into my card base right here and going ahead to splatter some gold ink. I'm splattering gold ink both on my background, the card panel, as well as the floral cluster. Now that's another way to stretch your cover dies. You could just emboss with them, creating a nice textured background. I'm going to be using the Gilded Holiday Expressions press plate with the coordinated die to press some sentiments that I can always use for more cards in the future. That's one thing I really love about this press plate. In one go, I can create so many sentiments and store them so that card making is easy and I don't have to really think about which sentiment to use. All I have to do is pick something from already pressed and die cut sentiments. So with that, now I am all set to put this entire card together. I have a piece of black cardstock right here just for 1/8 inch border, creating a nice card mat. So using my tape runner, I'm adhering the card panel onto my black card mat. Once that is adhered, I'm going to use foam tape to bring depth and dimension on my floral cluster. And I adhere that right in the middle because that's a fuller bouquet and it looks good on my entire card. I complete it with a sentiment, the season's greeting, and I've used foam tape right here to just bring in more depth and dimension between the layers. With that done, all I now need is a little bit of bling and embellishment. So I'm going to use the jade dewdrops and bring out my twinkle tray, sprinkle a few of these dewdrops into that, and use the wax tip of my bling buddy to just adhere these stones onto my card, and I'm just going to complement my entire flower cluster with this. With that done, my card is complete, and here is a closer look at the card. I really hope that you've enjoyed this process and you do give the press plates a try. I think they really make our holiday card making easy. And again, just a reminder, this is a video hop, so do visit all the designers' channels, watch their videos, like, share, and subscribe, and leave a comment to enter the fabulous giveaway to win yourself a chance to win some amazing prizes. Until the next time, take care and bye bye.